Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey because it looks like we have a you better pick one because you're not getting both kind of situation scenario. And I have a lot of opinions on this, and I have had a lot of opinions on it because this has been something we've been dealing with for a minute now. And I've asked you guys multiple times, who would you pick? Well, now it seems like we're kind of down to the wire. So before we jump in, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we're going to start right here with this. Oh, yeah. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Well, a source claimed that Bravo has to pick either Teresa Giudice or Melissa Gorga to stay on the Real Housewives in New Jersey amid their ongoing feud. Now, with most of the current cast being filmed separately. Another insider claimed that the season won't be a hard reboot like The Real Housewives of New York, which will completely replace its cast, though they'll probably fire castmates from both sides of the cast divide. Most stars are either Team Melissa or Team Teresa, and according to Jackie Goldschneider, Margaret Josephs has especially contributed to the team's mentality and is treating the series like a competition show. It was per a source speaking to Life and Style, the drama between the sister-in-laws. It's gotten so bad that the network must choose who to let go. The situation is unsustainable. Bravo has to pick one. The season 14 reunion was already canceled because these two can't even be in the same room together. And if they can't film a reunion, how can they possibly handle a new season? The answer is clear. They cannot. Now, one spokesperson for Bravo added, "It is clear from the finale this cast is not and may never be ready for resolution, and the network is looking at a different concept to wrap the season." But Melissa and Teresa are acting like children, is what the source said. Their vendetta against each other is more important to them than the show. And if they're not careful, they both might get the boot. Now, meanwhile, an insider addressed New Jersey's future with Us Weekly. It won't be a hard reboot like New York City, but likely they'll get rid of people from both sides because it's so fractured. And last week, Andy addressed the flurry of rumors surrounding the alleged cast shakeup, saying there was a bunch of casting news about Jersey that was reported, and none of it is true. No decisions have been made. We haven't even had any serious conversations about next season. So anything you read about what Jersey is going to be for the next season, for the next, I would say, 6 months, is fake. So don't believe it. But now, friend of Jen Fessler told the outlet that a change is probably coming. She said, "I'm not privy to what is going on at Bravo and in the inner workings of the Bravo brains, but definitely, like every other person who's a viewer, I think things are changing. And I'm very well aware of the fact that things in Jersey are changing. Things are shifting. And the hows of it, the whens, and the whys, I don't know." But also, like, I really, really love watching Teresa, Melissa, Joe. I love watching the dynamics. This is such a clear divide. And at this point, it doesn't make sense. Like, you can't keep both of them because then we don't have it is like what they're saying. We're watching two separate shows. Melissa and Joe aren't invited to anything Teresa does. Teresa's not invited to anything that they do. Then we have this weird dynamic when we can never all be in the same room, which when we are, then we're definitely not talking. There's no communication. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And what makes the least amount of sense to me about this is the fact that they're making millions of dollars on these contracts, if not hundreds of thousands. Teresa's definitely making millions, but hundreds of thousands of dollars on these contracts. And you can't put yourself in a room together. To me, I'm just like, this sounds ridiculous. But hold on. It keeps going. Rachel Fuda is also slamming Jackie Goldschneider and addressing claims that John Fuda's reunion manila envelope had no dirt in it. Andy Cohen asked, "What was in the envelope?" And she said, "Our envelope? I mean, a lot of information. I could have wallpapered my 13,000 square foot house with it." Now, if you recall, Jackie Goldschneider appeared on the June 16th episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And during the episode, Jackie revealed that John Fuda didn't have enough dirt in his manila envelope at the season 13 reunion to bring down Louis. She said there's always a plan. It was a manila envelope there and it was filled with like nothing exciting. So yeah, the plan was trying to make Louis look bad, but I don't think that there was enough in the envelope to really execute. Now, elsewhere on Sunday's episode of Watch What Happens Live, Rachel went after Jackie hard, calling her the biggest joke on Bravo amid her new friendship with Teresa. Teresa said basically 2 times tonight, "We need Jackie for info on Marge." What was your reaction to that is what Andy asked. And she said, "My reaction is she is the laughing stock of Bravo right now. She got played." And a confused Andy said, "Who is?" And she said, "Jackie. She got played like a fiddle. She's posting happy birthday posts, and Teresa's sitting there like, she better do what I say." Mm. Well, to be honest with you guys, Jackie Goldschneider did look like a complete joke. Like she got clowned out. And when Teresa and Andy said to Jackie on Watch What Happens Live, when she was like defending Teresa, he said, "Be careful what you say because it's going to come out and there's more that you haven't seen." And she was like, she thinks I'm king stupid. We need her right now. We need her because of Marge and all of these things. Like she's totally being used. And for somebody who's so intelligent, this is probably one of the dumbest things that you could have done. But wait, there's more. There's always more. Thank you to Byway Hello Drama. Melissa reveals that Kathy and Richie Wakili are now her neighbors. And she wants Joe and Kathy to reconnect because they're family. And Melissa praises Kathy in this clip and blames Teresa for the rift.
I believe this is this is the first time this has ever been announced. But I happened to ask you this morning because I was always a fan of Kath Wakili and Rosie.
Yes.
And I mean, back in the old Bravo days, like, I'd see them at events. They were always lovely. I really liked them.
Very sweet.
And I said, what happened to Kathy? Like, do you still talk to Kathy at all? Do you not? I mean, what's...
I have a funny story for you actually about that. Her and Richie just bought the lot on my street across the street from me, and they are building a house diagonal from me across the street on my street.
No,
literally.
Do they reach out and tell you this? Do you have
It's funny. Everyone moves to my street. Like I lived on the other street first also. And then, my sister-in-law moved onto the street.
Yeah.
And then now I'm on this street. And now Kathy's moving across the street. But I'm actually like, I secretly hope like Joe and Kathy are like walking down the street one day and like bump into each other, because at the end of the day, Kathy's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that he regrets, he did what he had to do at the time to back his sister up and do what he had to do. But I really think he enjoyed Kathy. Kathy was a good cousin to him. She took care of him. He had a great relationship with Rosie. They were like growing up, those two were extremely close, Joe and Rosie. So I do think it's unfortunate that that's family and they're not together. And I mean, look at me, I have my cousin sitting next to me.
Yeah.
I'm all about,
and I love hearing what she's saying. It's so nice.
Yeah, but
we miss Kathy. We do.
Yes. And we are all about like, family and screw the show. This has nothing to do with the show. It's truly about Joe having a cousin that's now going to live across the street from him.
How can you not reconnect with your cousin who's moving across the street?
Right. Mm-hmm. It feels like it would be weird not to.
Yeah. How'd you find out?
Because, God, don't ask this question. Do you really want to know? Okay. So Joe was he was driving down the street, and you kind of have to pass my house to see where Kathy's building hers. And there was a lot for sale. It's on the lake. So he came home and he goes, "This went up yesterday. I am going to bid full price." And I was like, "Really, Joe?" He's like, "Yes, it's on the lake. This never happens." One came up. So Joe offered full price for the property, which was pretty high.
Mm-hmm. Full
price. But I guess Kathy we didn't know it was Kathy, had an in with whoever the previous owner was. She's loved that house because it was a knockdown kind of house.
Okay.
She's loved it forever. She already had an in with the realtor and was already making a deal. Joe came in as like the second person and was like, "I don't care what's going on. I want to offer full price." And they were like, "We're sorry, the other person got it." And then we found out it was Kathy Joe's like, what is happening?
Oh, so they're going to be living on the lake.
They got the lake spot.
Wow. So you definitely have to make up so you can enjoy the lake.
I have the bay in my backyard down the shore. So like I have the water, but no, I agree. I just think it's a first cousin. It's not even like it's a distant cousin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first.
Okay. Well, maybe we might have a Kathy return to the Real Housewives in New Jersey. You never know. But guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Do not forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.